Nice. Okay. Excuse me while I get advertisements out. Copy. Close that. Dwagons. Hold on. Hold on while I see if that's all of the advertisements out. I recently rearranged my my Discord, so it's a little bit I'm a little bit disoriented, I must admit. But I think that's all the places that I normally advertise to. And just check to make sure my audio is not fucked. Yeah, that sounds good. Turn on desktop audio. Stream starts now. Oh, one thing to get out of the way before we start. So the event list down on the bottom right, I found out how to have it permanently displayed instead of fading out after receiving a instead of popping up once we have an event and then fading back out. So yeah, that's nice. I'd been wondering how to do that, and apparently it was a lot simpler than I thought it would be, which is good. Very good. English. I don't think this played last time. Last time I did this. So I may as well play it out now. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember this from I think the first time I played this either. That little intro thing. I might have skipped that either intentionally or unintentionally. Oh, nothing. Okay. How does fix June? Okay, so these are only in quick save slots. Okay. This should be where I left off. With Sebastian. His voice was always hard to do. Always hard to do. Oh. I remember I did something for him. I tried to do normal voice, but a bit more assertive. Assertive, yes. Well done, Wolf. That gives us some solid points from which we can continue our investigation. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. That should be all then. Since Bryce still hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on, and I better get out there and help him. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, see you later. Good luck. Free time, whatever I'm gonna do. Looks like there are some messages on the answering machine. Let's see. Just feminine voice. I'm not good with feminine voices. I just wanted to update you. I still don't have an open spot in the facility for your tests, but I'll be free if you want to cash in your reward.
you know, I'm busy, so this is your chance for your date. If you even still want to go through with it, take it or leave it. I don't care much either way. In any case, you know where to find me.
I guess the choice is mine. Anna. Oh, hi, cat. Just on time. Now, where is she? Hello? What's this? Looks like a message.
Something came up at the last second. Wait for me. It shouldn't be too long. Anna.
I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she could have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game then. Yep. It's been like an hour and my patience is slowly but surely running out. Wait. This long, so I guess I can wait a little longer. I feel like... Okay, I'm not sure who the world record holder for the most patient person is, but now I feel like a contender. Still no sign of it, though. Wait. Well, if she doesn't show up soon, I'm done. Oh god, finally. There you are. Where have you been all this time?
Reading comprehension must not be your strong suit, because my note clearly said I'd be back soon.
Note to self, the word soon now refers to a time span of over 2 hours when waiting for a scheduled appointment.
Has it really been that long?
Yes, it has.
Certainly didn't feel like it. Alright, sorry for making you wait.
It happens to me all the time. Ah, damn it, I forgot to read that out.
I guess we missed our movie.
Can't we see the late screening or something?
That was the late screening. The theater's closed now.
Maybe we should reschedule.
That won't work, at least not for me. Today was the only day I could leave early. I won't have another chance anytime soon.
So what do we do now?
Maybe the coffee place is still open. I don't know.
I guess that's better than nothing.
Closed as well.
That's just peachy. Why do you keep working so late anyway?
Because what I'm doing is important.
You're doing cancer research, right?
And who told you that?
The one guy. Yeah, Damien. Damien, I stopped by your lab some time ago, but you weren't there.
That shard-born bastard. What else did he tell you about me?
Nothing much. The whole thing wasn't really about you anyway.
I see.
Sounds like you two don't get along that well.
That's the understatement of the century. Being trapped in a small room with the likes of him for hours on end every day is a scenario born of a sick mind with the intention of making me suffer as much as possible. Certainly doesn't make my research any easier. Ah, shit. The stress probably doesn't help you either. And it's not worth jeopardizing your health over. Don't overwork yourself. You can't save anyone if you're dead. If I don't find a cure, no one else will. No one else can. Besides, I was only late today because I got your stupid blood work ready.
You have the test results?
Yeah, want to know what I have to say about them?
Definitely.
Okay, how much do you know about genetics?
Fuck all. A little bit, I guess.
Don't worry, I'll put it into words that are easy for you to understand. To start off, I found out that, on average, about 90% of your genes are homologous to our species' genes. It's not too surprising. That may seem like a lot, but to put it into perspective, about 50% of your DNA is also shared with fruit. To further elaborate, you and your human neighbor back home are probably around 99.9% genetically similar. If you compare the various sentient species we have here to each other, they would probably only be around 95 to 97% similar.
Okay.
As for what exactly all of this tells us, although a match of 90% sounds like a lot, it's not as much as you might think. Still, for two beings from a different world altogether, that's quite remarkable. Beyond DNA, the biggest similarity between us is the brain structure. That's not surprising, considering our high-level cognitive abilities.
That'll surprise Maverick. Yeah, no shit.
What do you mean?
He doesn't seem to like humans very much. I'm sure he'll be displeased to know how similar we are.
Oh, he doesn't like anyone, really. He's just like me in that way.
Yeah, you two would make a great couple.
You're a little late for them. For that, I'm already his ex-girlfriend.
Fucking really? Okay. Really, how did that go?
Not how you might think. It actually went pretty well, for a while at least.
Ah, shit.
But in the end, we both got too absorbed in our jobs until we realized we had drifted apart too much, and agreed it would be better if we just broke up. I still respect him for the work he does. I mean, we even used to solve crime together. I'd be in the lab running tests, and he'd be out in the field chasing after the perps. Those were good times.
This is interesting lore. I guess nowadays he just chases after me.
What?
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But if you know him, maybe you can help me out.
I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on.
Okay, but this is just between us, alright?
Sure, whatever.
Maverick is convinced that I'm an accomplice of a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof to legally arrest me, or worse. Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that.
Really?
It's nothing. He can't find any proof that doesn't exist.
Still, it doesn't feel nice to be threatened and stalked, especially by someone like him.
That's just him. He gets way too into it once he sets his sights on something.
I noticed.
It's his job. What do you expect?
I just wish he'd just leave me alone. Yeah.
It wasn't always like this, you know. A couple of years ago, he was assigned to this one case.
Flashback!
He was still relatively new on the force. He doesn't look any younger, though.
He still looks super fucking old.
Young and eager. Young. This is not young. Young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. There was a serial killer who shook up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten. We later found that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease, which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At that point, he was just a riled animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadow of night. That's kinda dark. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. A curfew was instated and patrols guarded the streets at night. And then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find. Maverick, I know about the cannibals, Maverick.
Stand back, Maverick. I'll handle this.
Miles? It was his brother.
Ah, fuck. Step away from the body, Miles.
Miles couldn't comprehend their words and only saw rivals who wanted to take away his prey. And he wasn't, about to just let go of it with a fight. Oh god. Miles raised his head from the kill, blood dripping from his maw. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the night.
Fangs bared, the feral dragon snarled and stood in front of his meal, prepared to protect it from the two who intruded upon his territory. Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it worse now. In an instant, Miles was upon Bryce. They clashed in a fury of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage with his small frame and quick movement, and Bryce could not get a clear hit in. It all happened so fast that Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground, and Bryce ended up on his back, as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaws on the neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing preventing Miles from biting down, and they were slip with blood and quivering with fatigue as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd meet his end when the jaw suddenly relaxed and he was able to dislodge them. When he looked up, he saw that Maverick had managed to get to Miles from behind. He bit through his brother's neck from above. Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon wore a wide-eyed, empty stare. Oh, that's fucking depressing. Ugh.
Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick takes solace in the fact that he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since that incident. Now he scrutinizes everyone and everything.
Ah, fuck. I'm not sure how that's supposed to help me. Ah, fuck.
It doesn't. But you know why? He is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might just have to wait it out. Anyway, let's get back to your test results. Since you were so interested, why did you want a copy of them?
Oh wait, was it... Did you want a copy of them? Fuck, okay. Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
No problem.
I heard you also wanted Rez's blood.
Of course, I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived here.
And I thought that he was special. What we had was special. Ah, fuck. God damn it.
Oh, it is. Reza was too stuck up to agree to anything.
He wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games.
Not even that. Can you believe it?
I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth.
Still, kind of a shame. It would have been interesting to compare your blood to his.
What a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of a coffee shop.
Of course.
Unless you want to take this someplace else.
What, you don't like hanging around dirty back alleys?
And to be honest, it doesn't look the worst. It looks fairly clean.
You don't like hanging around dirty back alleys?
I'd rather be someplace less dirty. I'd prefer someplace inside.
Hey, I bet you've never had a date in an alley before.
I haven't. Not sure I ever wanted to.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, hang on. There it is. Yes, I can feel the adventure kicking in. I'm getting kinda hungry. I figured we'd be having a meal on our date.
What, you can't go a few hours without having to stuff your face?
Food's fucking food.
I could offer you a handful of dirt if that's to your taste, Wolf.
I don't know. I'll pass.
I'm afraid that's all we have on the menu. Unless, I know one place that never closes. Let's go there.
Sure. Is it the grocery store? I'm betting it's the grocery store. It's gotta be the... No, it's not the grocery store. After several minutes of walking, Anna led me to the outskirts of town, and we arrived at a farmhouse. On one side, fields stretched toward the horizon. On the other were lush green hills with fenced populations of animals. Aminals. What kind of restaurant is this supposed to be?
Self-serve.
You bad girl, Anna.
I know. How well can you hunt?
Me? Even if I knew how, it's not like I have any equipment here.
Equipment? What a sissy. Anna, look at the human. It's not easy to hunt with bare hands. You got hands and teeth. What more do you need? A gun. A gun.
A long-range weapon, maybe?
Like fire? I suppose even you could make use of that.
This is more like a gun.
Alright, since I'm apparently the only one capable of acquiring food, I'll be right back.
Anna walked over to the fence enclosure of animals that reminded me of sheep. She crouched and squeezed herself through the bars, after which I lost sight of her. Waiting game 2.0 start. Okay. Oh, hi, cat. It took only a couple of minutes for her to return, dragging one of the animals behind her with now bloodied jaws and hands. Oh, God. Dinner's ready. What kind of animal is this? It's called a mouflon. It is basically a sheep. Anyway, do you have a part you'd prefer? See how nice I am? I'm even letting you choose first. You're covered in blood. Awful. Anything. I'm not hungry. Anything will do. Okay. Using one of her claws. Oh, God. You want yours grilled or raw? Grilled. Unless prepared properly, raw meat carries significant risk of disease for us. How inept can your species be? You can't hunt on your own, and you need tools and help at every step. You don't even have claws to cut things up. Counterpoint, shotgun. I'm not sure how you could ever survive in the wild. Seriously, what god did you piss off to end up like that? Evolution. I guess after millions of years of evolution, nature decided that we didn't need those abilities anymore. Instead, we got very articulate hands and arms in our upright stance. Those led us to do many other things. Like what? Who builds everything in your society? Who's responsible for the delicate tasks, like assembling electronics, manufacturing, or cooking and bartending? It's mostly us, the runners. We've got proper hands after all. Now compare your arms to mine. Ours are much longer and we have way more mobility. Especially our fingers, we have an incredible amount of articulation. The difference between you and me is about as big as the difference between you and another of your species. Just imagine what we could do with our advantages. Oh, you think you can school me? Sure I can. Don't get cocky. We've overcome the limitations of individual species with all of our technology. Actually, we have technology back home that is far superior to yours. I'd love to see it. But we've already gathered plenty of information on your tech from the databases contained in the PDA. What will you do when we catch up? If you get there, we'll see. I feel as though the hands and wrist things is still a limitation, even with the new technology. So the new technology would have to be adapted for their physiology. She opened her mind wide before as liquid shot from both corners of her mouth and onto the ground, below the parts of the mouflon she had prepared. After a few seconds, the liquid burst into flame, heating up our dinner. That's a neat trick. Is that it's like shooting lighter fluid out of her mouth. That's what it seems like. I bet you wish you could do that, huh? That'd be wicked cool. Right, it comes in handy. How does it work anyway? Don't you ever burn your mouth? Not at all. There are actually two different components. They only catch fire when a sufficient quantity of both is present. Interesting. I think we have officially romanced our first dragon. The flames weakened and grew smaller until they went out, revealing steamy, appetizing pieces of meat. Help yourself. I grabbed a piece, but dropped it as soon as I felt the heat on my fingertips. Ouch, that's still hot. Can't take a little heat, huh? That's too bad. Unaffected by its temperature, she took a piece into her hand, tore a chunk out of it with her teeth, and started chewing. I guess your scales are a good insulator. Evidently so. How does it taste? Just wonderful. Stolen goods always taste the best. I can already picture the old farmer reduced to tears after he discovered one of his precious mouflons is gone. What a shame. And he is such a good man, too. Poor him. I think it should be cool enough for your sensitive little fingers now. Carefully, I grabbed one of the pieces, which by now had indeed cooled down enough to not burn me anymore, and I took a bite. Excuse me. It was a little bland, I admit, but not bad for something that was alive less than an hour ago and prepared in the wild. She still needs to get fucking cleaned. How do you like your mouflon a la Anna? It could use a few spices. Tastes a little bland. I think I could use a few spices. I'm not one to destroy a perfectly good piece of meat with stupid vegetables. But you can put some grass on it, like... Not vegetables, spices, like some fucking pepper. Black pepper. That's not quite the same thing. Yeah, exactly. How often do you just go out and hunt on your own? Only when necessary, or when I feel like it. I still go to fancy restaurants because I can afford it, but they don't mean much to me. For me, it's all about the experience, and one isn't necessarily better than the other. I can see your point. This was unusual, but fun. I can see your point. I can see your point. This certainly isn't how I thought the evening would go, but it was pretty fun. Anyways, I'm stuck. Me too. Still plenty of left over. What are we going to do with it all? We can just leave it here. Maybe the old farmer will help himself to it. How nice of us to leave some for him. Will this attract predators or something? So what? They need to eat too. We should probably leave before that senile has-been wakes up from his evening nap. Yeah, let's go. Also, get you fucking washed up. There we go. Well, that was interesting. Wait a minute, I've got something for you. Here you go. Your test results. Black on white. Thanks. But did you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today? I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance. Maybe you should start thinking about not working so late on a regular basis. It might do you some good, Anna. How dare you tell me what to do? Maybe if you got out a little more, you wouldn't be so choleric all the time. When did you become such a know-it-all? Oh wait, you have been this whole time. And you know what? It's getting old fast. Your attitude only proves my point, you know. My work is my business, not yours. Keep your nose out of it and get back to whatever it is you're supposed to be doing here. Hey, I was only trying to help. Yeah, you know how you can help me right now? By getting the fuck out of here. Alright, I'm leaving. Thank you. Nothing going on today. Guess I can do whatever. Bryce. I'm gonna meet with Bryce. Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of day. It didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office. Hey, Wolf, what's up? The ceiling! It's the ceiling. The ceiling's up. Nothing much. You told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right. What do you have for me? I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Reza for a couple years, so I know some things about his personality. Well, it's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done for the day, but if you want to discuss this over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy. I just want to take 3. I usually don't drink, though. That's fine, you don't have to. Or maybe we'll find something you like. That sounds fair. Alright, let's go. Well, that was fast. Here we are. And just in time for happy hour. Do you come here often? Sometimes. Is this waiter the same guy from the fucking, from the grocery store? I did a stoner voice for him. Give me some weed. Hey, What can I bring you? Just the usual. One generic beer for the chief of police, sure thing. I like that it's a generic beer. How about you, Wolf? How do you know my name? How couldn't I? Everyone knows about you, so what'll it be? Nothing yet. I'll have something later, I think. Noted. I'll be right back. It wasn't long before the waiter returned, with a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with a foam-topped, dark amber liquid. Carefully, he set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp. There you go. Just call me if you need anything. Of course. So what it is you wanted to tell me about Reza? There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right? That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him? Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken and never failed to speak up, to make his opinions known. He wasn't the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician with. Oh no, he was the type of person he was the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff, though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from them. He was quite a character. After all, after we all graduated, I didn't hear about him for a long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, was I surprised to find out he was the human who would be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again. However brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There's only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message. I see. So you did not arrange this beforehand? Not at all. I had no idea. This is quite peculiar. I know. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered when we met at the portal. We do as well, and you can believe that. How is Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it? He could have easily done so since he was in charge of Reza and everything. But he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Reza has been a poor show of character. I suppose so. In any case, thanks for telling me all of this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful. No problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up. Hey, waiter, bring me another. I had noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency. Here you go. Here you go. Maybe I should be going now. Oh, come on and stay a little, considering we're already here already. Might as well enjoy the evening, right? I mean, you don't have to, but I certainly will. Or do you need to be somewhere? Not really. I guess I could stay for a little while. That's what I like to hear. Waiter, bring us another beer. Another one? This one's for you, silly. I don't really drink, though. Oh, come on. Just a little try. Even if you don't like beer, you haven't had one like this before. So, there are two things that I'm imagining, okay? Because especially this dragon, is going to be much larger in size. So in order to have the same effectiveness of a normal beer, I imagine that dragon beer will have a higher alcohol by volume content, right? And so I think I'm gonna fucking pass out. I'll try it just for you, yeah. You'll do yourself a favor. I'm going to fucking pass out. You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest? I would, but I don't think I can beat someone like you. How about a handicap, then? I'll go easy on you. You're not letting this go, are you? Oh, god damn it. Just having fun. Alright, let's do this. Bryce lowered his snout and gulped down the beer at an inhuman rate. Well, of course, because he's not a fucking human. The bowl was drained rapidly and it was empty in an instant. Fair's fair. Considering they don't even have cars, at least I won't have to worry about drinking and driving. Yeah, no shit. The rules are simple. We both get around, and then we wait for a few moments until the next, so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses. That sounds easy enough. Oh, fuck. Sure, just wait until you have a swig of the real stuff, and we'll see how easy it is for you. It won't be easy. Alright, let's do this. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a fucking dragon? Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could, while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very different from any other beer I had tried before, yet I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. It probably wasn't impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How do you like it? Look, this is some really strong stuff. You know, I thought so. I thought so. I told you, you better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you harder later on. Want to give up already? Do I pass out? No, let's pass out. As you wish. So when's the next round starting? Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in already? Don't lie to me, I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing, I see, and not the alcohol. I'm not buzzed, not yet. Is that so? Anyway. Is it getting blurry around him? Or is that a constant effect? Anyway, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to wherever it is that you came from. It's alright. Certainly a nice change from what I'm used to. Good to hear. Maybe next time we'll send a dragon over to your world. That could be interesting. Waiter, bring us another round. Coming right up. Here you go. Having yourselves a little contest, are we? You know how it goes. That I do. Be careful, Wolf. He's a pro. Yeah, I know I'm fucked. I know I'm completely fucked. I want to do like a snaky voice. Did I hear something about a contest? Maybe. Up to your old shenanigans, I see. He looks very snaky. Now, don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to, either. Point taken. Enjoy. I need a better voice for him. Of course, he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll have to try my best. I went first last time, now, so it's your turn now. As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquid, I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There, your turn. Did I see you struggling there for a second? Let's see how you do. I've had much more than this before. Yeah, no, yeah. As for my turn, let me demonstrate. Once again, he consumed his liquid through, though his swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, but not as fast as mine had, as he clearly held an advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around? There. Oh god, the screen is shaking. Now, let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all this stuff about Reza, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet me? Pretty much, it was. I guess you got more out of this than you asked for, then. Waiter! Next round! Oh god. Coming. There you go. Thanks! How are you holding up? Just fine, thanks. No, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. If you say so, good luck. I'm fucked. Was it your turn or is it my turn? It's yours. Alright. By now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he was still faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it on one go. This is some really strong fucking beer. Like, I've never had beer before, but as I understand, like, it's hard to get drunk off beer unless you have a lot of it, because beer is typically a low ABV beverage. Now it's yours. He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? I didn't. When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it, though I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So, what do we do now? Wait for you to throw up, so I wouldn't. Might as well do that now. Just don't. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Why are you brown? Oh god, all of these are super fucking good. Why are you brown? Why are you so damn attractive? Say nothing. God damn it. God damn it. Hold on. Am I gonna get to, like, romance multiple... Which one do I do? Which one do I do? Oh god damn it. I might alt print screen and send this to someone to see what they say. Fuck me, I'm gonna crossroads. Who should I? I'm gonna ask someone random. Who the fuck do I ask? If only I had someone here to like tell me what to do. Should do a pick. I'm putting it on a server to see what they say. Ah, God.
Because they're all really fucking good. And I want to be able to do all three of them. But also, what do I pick? Where are you, bro? I can see it shaking. So damn attractive. Say nothing. Oh, I just noted he has noticed he has scars there from the thing earlier. They don't call alcohol social lubricant for nothing. Oh, come on. If I don't get a response soon, I'm gonna have to, like, roll a D3 or something. Because I know a bot that I can use to do that. Not here on Twitch, but... if it gets to 55 minutes without an answer, I'm gonna roll a D3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Okay. The dice gives me a 2, so if no one responds, I'm gonna do Why Are You So Damn Attractive? I'm just super fucking indecisive on this. $20 seconds. Ah, god damn it. Okay, I haven't received any response. Why are you so damn attractive?
I just got nothing more to say about it. Waiter, next round. No! There you are.
Oh god, I'm gonna fucking pass out.
Literally, the dragon look.
Actually, I should save. Save. Chapter 2 price. Clearly, the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit. So was I. Maybe if I could just hold out a little longer.
Whose turn? Whose turn is it even? I don't even know anymore.
I'm positive it's yours. Very well. At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on for one more round. Stop! Give me an option to puss out, please. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until eventually the glass was empty. The second is you scaly bastard. For the first time, I could see something in his eyes, other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? I guess my feet caught him off guard, as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this. No, I can't. You're cute. I like you. I really do. But I'm sure as heck not going to let you win. He was struggling. It became more and more obvious that as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by a bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now. I think he's got like a bit of flush there. I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes just for a bit. Yep, I passed out. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, are you okay? You fell down. You look kind of messed up. Yeah. Good to hear that. Ready for another round, or do you give up? I think I better stop here. Guess I'll just have another to secure my victory then. You know, it was fun watching you and all, but you've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is. Yeah. Alright, I'll be going then. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him, just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so. When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. Fine. Thank you. Come on, let's get you home. He is still unconscious. Put some pepper on his nose. Right. It'll be like smell like salt. Huh. It was actually the salt, not the pepper. Let's try that again. What? Is that you, Wolf? Where am I? And what did you do to my nose? Did you shove something in there while I was out or something? We're still in the bar. I just put some pepper there to wake you up. This is the best you could come up with? I'm drunk. I'm drunk. What did you expect? Oh, shut up. Come on, let's get you home, you big wuss. Oh, God. I awoke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that apparently I'd slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. We're in Bryce's home. Ah, that's nice. Guess I must have passed out before I got Bryce. After I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce. Wake up, fatty. You're salivating. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes. Just as you do occasionally, I bet. Damn, my head. Why are you even here? I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Oh, right, after our little game. Do you remember who won? I don't even know, but you stood your ground and I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was out, no, did you? The dragon rose from the couch with a nice strong morning stretch, rubbing his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn. Alright, you know what? I'm sorry, the whole contest thing was a stupid idea. And I shouldn't have suggested it. Especially not to you. It's not like you forced me to participate, so I suppose I share some of the blame. Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened. Deal? Wait, what time is it? Ugh. Damn, I should really get going, or I'll be late for work. You know how to get back to your apartment from here, right? I think so. Guess you should be going as well, kiddo. Maybe I'll see you some other time. Intuition. Leadership. Interesting. Oh god, I should meet with Anna today, because I spent that whole day with Bryce. The morning sun cleared the arrival of the new day and woke me from my vivid dreams, memories of my home, and clues within the towering perimeter wall that raced through my head. The peaceful landscape outside the apartment windows stood in defiance of these old thoughts. Rolling hills and blue sky were familiar to me now, and the purity of the sight gave me hope. Ding dong. Wolf, please come with me. What's going on? You sound serious. The chief will explain everything once we arrive. Okay. Oh, God. Hey, Chief, Wolf is here. Thanks, Sebastian. You can deal with the situation here while I talk to Wolf, alright? Of course. Wolf, I've got some really bad news. Well, what is it? You know Anna, right? I've met her, yes. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this. Ah, fuck, she's dead. Those few words were enough. Dread sank in, and I already knew. Don't. I ignored his words and walked past him. Shit! No! Why? When I had turned the corner, there was no mistaking her. Anna was haphazardly covered by a sheet, leaving her tail and blood-stained hand exposed. In the end, she didn't even deserve full. Fuck! Are you okay? I don't know. Is there anything I can do? Let's just get this over with. No! Why? Bryce gave me a concerned look, but then nodded. And there's more bad news. The blood we found on the first victim in town matches the DNA evidence found on the second victim at the power facility. Furthermore, the murder weapon and method appeared to be the same across all three victims, and that's going to be a big problem for you. Why is that? Because with these three murders, Reza now qualifies as a serial killer. We won't be able to keep this whole thing quiet for much longer. Fuck! I hoped that Anna would not die, because I remember that she could die.
And fuck, I shouldn't have gone drinking. God damn it. Fuck.
Higher authorities, including the ministry in charge of your whole visit, will know about this soon. I have no idea what will happen once they do.
I'm not sure what to say about that.
I don't want you to worry, but we can be sure that action will be taken soon. I've been considering this possibility for a while, and think it might be best if you went back to your own world for now. This way, we can take action before the ministry does, and before this all becomes public. If we wait, we don't know what they'll do or how the public will react.
Shit!
With everything going on, it's too dangerous for you to stay here. No. No? This would be the worst possible time for me to leave. We've given up our PDAs and hardly have anything to show for it. We are still owed several more generators, and let's not forget that Reza is still missing. If I leave now, the only thing I return home with is my life. I'll have lost everything else. We need those generators, Bryce. I have no idea if your authorities will continue to uphold our deal, or what they'd do to Reza, but I'm not leaving until this is over.
Yeah, no, that's right.
If that's your decision, then so be it.
Oh, shit. Fuck! This section in satisfactory. Would you like to skip to scene selection? No, don't skip ahead. As you wish.
Anyway, let's get back on track. I called you here for a reason, Wolf. In addition to the murder, several things were stolen, among them your PDAs, batteries, and some components used to build generators. Does that ring any bells?
Not really. Reza might have some knowledge of electronics, but I doubt he has enough to assemble one of your generators, even if he had the parts. Random thought, it might be Damien. Damien's the first thing that comes into mind.
Strange. Even so, it's fair to assume Reza's involvement at this point. No one else has a greater motive to steal the PDAs, especially after what happened between him and Maverick.
Unless someone wanted to frame Reza in order to sabotage this whole operation.
Do you really believe that?
Hey, I'm just saying that it's possible. Possible.
I'll shelf that idea under possible but unlikely. Hey, Chief, are we done here? Pretty much. Why do you ask?
Ah, fuck. We just got a message from the higher-ups, so you and Wolf are to report to the Ministry of Culture and Arts immediately.
Immediately? As in right now?
Yes, apparently. What's going on?
To be frank, I don't know. This is an extraordinary situation. And now it's getting out of hand. They must want to address it.
So the worst possibility.
If you expect the worst, at least you won't be disappointed. Sebastian.
Oh, a true dragon lover. Hello and welcome, and thank you for the follow. Just give a small stretch. Hello, what brings you here? How are you doing? Stretch. I'm doing angels with scaly wings, as you might have already been able to tell. I might be fucked. But nonetheless, welcome, and thank you for the follow.
Sebastian, you can finish up here and go to the ministry when you're done. We'll probably have to make some arrangements after this meeting.
Sure thing, Chief.
Let's go then, shall we?
Is it not like we have a choice? Yeah, it's not like we have a choice. I need to stop mixing up the voices. Oh god, who's she? Shit, I need to think of a voice for her. That was quicker. That was quicker. That was quicker. God damn it. Voice, Emera. Voice, what voice do I do? I want to do like a Karen, not quite a Karen type voice. I need a That was quicker than I expected. I wouldn't have minded waiting out here a little longer.
I think all of the female voices that I'm gonna do are gonna be melded together, which is disappointing. I need to be able to do more variation in the female voices. Greetings, Minister. Greetings. Shall we go inside for our official business?
No, I've got everything I need right here. It gets so stuffy inside on hot days. My assistant doesn't seem to mind, but I prefer the fresh air. I'd rather just stay right here, unless you have any objectives. Objections, excuse me.
So this is I'm trying to give it a bit more authority, assertiveness on the voice. I don't.
I see. Well, I don't. I know I haven't exactly been up to date in regards to Rez's sudden disappearance, but to get the message today that he is a confirmed serial killer was quite shocking.
I don't think it's confirmed.
Frankly, I'm curious to why the facts of this case have been withheld from me for so long.
Simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. I am. So if you look, it just popped up. It just popped up. So I have received a message. Dragon Lover. Oh, that's nice. Did you find me on Twitch or from one of the advertisements I put out? Or... Oh, weird. No, yeah, they pop up. So I want to assume that might have been a problem on your end, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so, just to clarify, I have played this game before, and I ended up getting Remy's bad ending, but I didn't stream that because I wasn't streaming at the time. So this is basically feels like a new playthrough on my end because of how long it's been. But I didn't know how to erase my previous progress, because as I understand it, things you do in previous run-throughs affect new run-throughs. So, yeah. Anyways, Anna just fucking died, which is sad because I remembered that she could die, and I wanted to prevent it as well, and I even got, like, the date option. I went on a date with her, right? But then the next day, I went drinking with Bryce, and I feel like that was a mistake, probably. So, that's kind of sad. It is usually just a small combo. Oh, okay. If I remember correctly, it also changed Remy's tie color. I remember something about that. Anyways. Simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I haven't touched it in a while either. I streamed this a couple days ago. Sometime last week. So I don't want to spoil nothing. That's fair. Can you tell me if I can make her survive or not? Because I feel like I should be able to at some point. And I want to do that one of these run-throughs. And I probably will try the next run-through. So, simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. The murders were strictly a police matter. Good, good. I want her to survive. I don't want her to fucking die. Only with the amount of new evidence, namely the DNA and blood we found, and these 3 murders now being linked together, And to him, did your ministry have to become involved? That's a weird sentence for me to read.
I see. So Rez's involvement is now undeniable?
I'm afraid so, Minister.
But we don't have Rez's DNA to compare.
That's the problem that we have here.
Facts are nothing to be afraid of, though in light of all this, I'm starting to worry about my personal safety.
With our thick hides, I don't think our species has much to fear if we consider the murder weapon.
Speak for yourself. I don't think someone of my standing needs protection. Oh, you don't think someone of my standing needs protection? Fuck.
Oh, for sure. If you are worried about your personal safety, we could look into an escort for you.
Also, Dragon Lover, just a question. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding the game, what I'm doing, how I'm playing, anything stream-related or not stream-related? Questions, comments, concerns. I ask that of most people, so...
Oh, for sure. If you are worried about your personal safety, we could look into an escort for you.
Good. Considering all the murders took place during the night, I'll certainly need it. Long days are endemic in my line of work. But that's enough about myself. We now face the question of what should be done about Reza and Wolf.
Minister, we continue our hunt for Reza every day. As a matter of fact, Wolf has been helping us do so for a while now.
Played the game through many times, and played the game on PlayStation. I didn't know this was on PlayStation. Is that so? One human a murderer, another detective. Interesting. And how do we know Wolf isn't following a similar plan to Reza's, whatever that may be?
Similar concerns were leveled by Reza's escort, Maverick. It was his overreaction that caused Reza to run away in the first place.
Let the human talk for once, Chief. Please, Wolf, enlighten me. You and Reza came here on the same mission, and the situation has escalated beyond our expectations. What you tell me now will determine the actions I'll take on this matter. Maybe you should start telling me your side of the events from the beginning. Reza was fine during his early days here. Things only went wrong after you arrived.
I opened my mouth, but Bryce spoke first, determined to defend me. Arguably, the problems that caused all this were apparent even then.
How so?
Maverick suspected Reza of planning something, but I didn't think he had a case.
Well, did he? I watched Ushio play through the game, and... Interesting. When did it come out on console? I'm actually kind of curious, because I'd only known about this being on PC. And usually I don't hear much about visual novels being on console. They always seem to be PC games. You couldn't tell me. Okay. Well, did he?
No, what he had was a suspicion. The night he followed Reza, he found both him and Wolf at the portal. The humans intended to send one of their promised generators through, but there was a confrontation that ended with both Maverick and Wolf wounded, and Reza running away. Reza's been missing ever since.
A good couple years. I put it on, like, release console anyways.
Oh, okay.
I've read the reports already, Chief. The question is, did Maverick cause this, or did he fail to prevent? Or did he just fail to prevent it?
I have no way of knowing that, Minister.
Let me fucking talk, though. You just mentioned your apparent knowledge of problems back then.
Problems may not have been the right word. Let's just say Maverick's attitude was not helpful during that encounter.
Why did you choose Maverick as his escort in the first place?
Protection for the human ambassador was my greatest concern when I made the decision, and Maverick was the most capable individual in that regard.
Well, that worked out nicely, didn't it? You also seem to think that Maverick shouldn't have remained Reza's escort, is that true?
Yes, I had paid more attention to the warnings. Had I paid more attention to the warning signs, excuse me, this situation may have been avoided.
So you expect responsibility for the incident?
Yes, Minister.
I see. Now let us get back to the, back on topic. Back to the topic of Wolf. Okay, fuck. Reza was your partner in humanity's mission to come to this world. His list of criminal activities not only includes murder, but also theft of generators, electronic components, and the PDAs your people gave up to us. I understand why Bryce would reason that you could help the investigation, but we have no choice other than to be suspicious of Reza's partner. What was your motivation when you agreed to help us?
It is my best bet at finding the truth.
I thought Reza's involvement was undeniable at this point.
That may be true, but we still don't have the whole picture. We don't know if others are involved or his reasons. I just want to know why.
I see. Well, after reading up on the whole situation and hearing both your accounts, I believe that Wolf is trustworthy.
That was a bit quick.
Nevertheless, I think Wolf presents a great risk.
Why is that?
After this meeting, I will hold a press conference to inform the public of the current situation. The people must know of the danger posed by Reza. No matter what Bryce and I think about your involvement, the public could feel differently. Excuse me. You, me, and Bryce will have to face the backlash resulting from this information becoming public. And what's more, Wolf, you might be in real danger yourself. Reza himself may come to silence you once he learns that you are helping us, or consider the public uproar from those who would question your involvement. All things considered, it would be for the best if you return to your own world until the situation has been resolved.
I came to the very same conclusion, Minister.
Then, with your support, this is what shall be done. Please don't. You don't agree?
If you send me back now, this diplomatic relationship is over. I'd have to admit defeat to humanity. There's no way I can return without your generators, our PDAs, or Reza.
Maybe you could explain to them what a great choice of ambassador Reza was.
No shit. But I was his partner, so in a way, he is my responsibility. I can't just go back like this.
I'm afraid that's not enough. It certainly doesn't outweigh our reasons for sending you home.
Just let me explain. I'll tell you everything. Years ago, our world was prosperous. Our technology was far more advanced than yours, even. Computers not only graced every household, but every single person. It was the age of information. Even children had the power to access the most advanced knowledge at their fingertips. With our PDAs, our interconnectedness with other people and our environment was greater than ever. From locomotion to repetitious work and household chores, many processes were automated to such a degree that except for our jobs and hobbies, there was nothing that needed to be done by a person anymore. Even the concept of someone wielding a weapon was outdated, as wars were no longer fought by people but machines. Looking back, it was probably the single most prosperous time in human history. Exploitation of the environment and other people was at an all-time low, as was crime. Conversely, our technological advancements had drastically increased quality of life. Humans were no longer required for strenuous and repetitive tasks. Education had reached an all-time high, and many new jobs were created. General happiness had reached levels never before seen. Yet, one day, everything changed. Oh, fuck. Yet, one day, everything changed. Oh god, is it solar flares? I think it's solar flare. A solar flare was headed to Earth. Was detected by an automated monitoring system. It was determined to be so powerful that it dwarfed all others ever recorded in history. We had less than a week to prepare. Chaos hit much earlier than that, as people scrambled to shield themselves and their possessions from the incoming ion storm. One sec while I respond to something. Okay, that's done. On a worldwide level, power lines were switched off, satellites reoriented in space, and planes grounded to mitigate the effects that would hit us. Despite humanity's contingency plan for such an event and all our efforts, we were still not prepared for the sheer magnitude of the solar flare that had arrived. It was only then, when our race had become so dependent on technology, that we were immeasurably vulnerable against this kind of a disaster. That day, a force with the power of 10 billion Hiroshima bombs was unleashed into our atmosphere. I feel as though using the Hiroshima explosion is not... It's not a good unit of measurement. I feel like something like Castle Bravo or Tsar Bomba is a better unit of measurement. Especially, like, because they're larger. Hiroshima or Nagasaki was one of the smallest atomic bomb, nuclear explosions, rather, that we've ever had. The eyewitness reports from this day were varied, as they were terrifying. Oh god. Ain't no way these dragons know about these bombs. From that standpoint, yes. Okay, that's understandable. That's understandable. A huge, beautiful aurora could be seen on the horizon before fireballs hurled across the sky. In some places, these lights became so bright that even those asleep at night awoke, as though day had already arrived. A coronal mass ejection by itself did not have the power to kill anyone directly, but the side effects were disastrous. After the lights in the sky arrived, sparks showered from electrical outlets everywhere, igniting rampant fires in every town and city. Facilities that stored weapons, fireworks, or other explosives became centers of widespread destruction and loss of life. During the next stage, the solar flare started to affect body modifications that cause commonplace pacemakers and nanomachines to fail. 15% of the world's population died as a result of this alone. Once the full power of the waves hit us, however, society as we know it collapsed in one fell swoop. Power grids on Earth shut down in an instant, as did all machines that automated our routine tasks. Long-distance communication and transport became a thing of the past. Without electrical power, the quality of healthcare plummeted, and water and sewage systems were crippled. Diseases we thought defeated centuries ago made their comeback in a most unsightly fashion. Many thought the end of the world had arrived, and in a way it had. Some people blamed whoever their belief system would allow, angry at the gods that had forsaken them. Others pointed their finger at our lifestyles and society. Not that anyone was listening. Practically, we were back in the Middle Ages. Governments collapsed and were overthrown, and the ensuing power vacuum was filled with groups of people that were sometimes organized and sometimes not. The new functioning electronic devices left became rare, sought-after artifacts over which battles and even wars were fought. Of course, there were also wars over resources and territory. The weaponry used was improvised, or reclaimed from the days when humans had been present on the battlefield. It had been ages, but people returned to the old, bloody ways of war. Humanity is in shambles now. Those that I'd call family and friends now live with me in a giant, mostly self-sufficient city-state of survivors. A huge wall around the perimeter, guarded by militia, prevents any outside interference. It's the only way we can retain a modicum of order. Gangs of raiders and looters run rampant outside the city. They wouldn't hesitate to kill first and ask questions later if they had known about my PDA. Our contained community has flourished for years now. We have homes to live in, crops to grow, and livestock to raise. And still have our own automated hospital that runs on salvage generators. Lately, though, supplies have started to run low, and dangerously so. The power we have is running out, illnesses are spreading through the city, and treatment isn't as available as it used to be. Our population is dropping by the day. We took a great risk to increase the radius of our scouting missions, desperate to find something outside the wall that could help us. Yeah, sneeze. Shit. Excuse me. You already know the rest of this story. We found the portal, and you. So much fucking dialogue. And now you know why this whole thing is so important to me. All our hopes lie in acquiring the generators you promised us. The act of sending Reza and me here has, without a doubt, already cost the lives of some people back home. Beyond the city walls is a dead zone. We haven't heard from any other settlements for months now. The state of the rest of our world is unknown. When Reza and I were sent here, my peers made it clear to us that this was our last chance. If anything happens to us, no more people will be sent. If we can't manage to bring back something that will help, we'll have sealed the fate of tens of thousands that live in our city. I need a tissue. Fuck me. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, Wolf. I didn't know. If what you're telling me is true, it unfortunately does not work in your favor. As sad as your situation might be, it gives Reza a moment. Desperate times call for desperate measures, after all. In that vein, it also gives you a motive, considering the gravity of the human plight. It gives you all the more reason to collaborate with him. I'm not. What Reza is doing is wrong. You can't send me away under these circumstances, because I'm your best bet at finding him. Even so, you would still be in grave danger after we announce Reza's involvement in the murders. I cannot and will not take responsibility for the consequences when I know of the risks. What about our deal, then? In the wake of this new information, as a sign of goodwill, we will send the generators you are owed through the portal once this is over, under 2 conditions. Humanity must condemn Reza's actions, and we must reclaim the stolen PDAs. I've changed my mind. You should let Wolf stay here. What the hell? I cannot take your word under consideration in this matter, Chief. Taking into account Maverick's actions, and your responsibility for them, you will have to be dealt with separately. With my authority as the minister in charge of the human visit, my decision is to have Wolf sent back to the human world through the portal. Please. Immediately. Fuck you. Chief, please arrange an escort to take Wolf to the portal now. God damn it. I could do it myself, Minister. Well, we have our own matters to discuss, Chief. I would rather get that over with as quickly as possible. In that case, one of my officers should be here at any moment. I arranged for him to meet us here. How handy. Then let us wait for this officer of yours. It didn't take long for Sebastian to arrive. After the situation was explained, he was visibly shocked, but didn't protest when he was given the task of sending me back through the portal. Let's go, Wolf. Don't I even get to say goodbye? Let us not waste any more time. You will still be free to send letters after you have arrived on the other side. Just go, Wolf. Come on, then. Fuck this. We were silent as Sebastian and I slowly made our way to the portal. With each step I took, I drew closer and closer to the hopelessness
waiting for me in the ruins of the human world. All in all, I certainly had a unique experience alongside these dragons, and although this place was filled with just as much drama and murder as back home, I would remember this world and all the people I met. I would fondly think back to the days I spent in their comfortable standard of living, a shadow of how humanity used to be. Even without the generators, at the very least, I'd be returning home with a few life lessons. What's going on here? Lost in thought, I hadn't even noticed it. So, I have a hard time pronouncing her name. It's not hard to pronounce, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Because it's like either like Adine or Adine or Adine or something like that. Lost in thought, I hadn't even noticed Adine approaching. Adine? Oh, fuck. That sounds a lot better than the other words that I've been doing. Adine approaching. It's none of your concern. Please leave. Can't I even get a few minutes before I go? I barely even interacted with her, interestingly enough. That's how you pronounce it? I'm gonna use your pronunciation because I think it's better. I suppose nobody's stopping us, but make it quick. The human unofficial business, huh? I don't even know right now, do I? Don't you remember? I met you in... Wait, what? Know you right now, do I? Don't you remember? I met you in the cafe and at that crime scene. But that's all, isn't it? Unless I missed something, yeah? What are you doing out here? I was just practicing my flying when I spotted you down here. And who would say no to an opportunity to meet one of the humans? Not me. I'm afraid this will be both our first and last opportunity to talk. I'm about to leave this world again. Is that so? That's too bad. Kind of a shame I never got to know you. Wait, does this have to do something with the rumors I heard? Is Reza really a murderer? I'm afraid so. What does that make you? I don't have anything to do with that. I was helping the police find him. Then why are you leaving? It's for my own safety, apparently. This wasn't my decision. Really? But what about Reza? All I could offer was a shrug. I guess they're convinced that they can find him on their own. I see. I'm not sure what to think anymore. I'm not sure either. I looked over my shoulder and glanced at Sebastian. Oh, also, one thing I should tell you. If the stream suddenly ends, it is likely because my internet has died. It has done that a few times before, and it is super fucking annoying. So if the stream just randomly goes down, that's why. Other than that, one time before I have had to end the stream prematurely, because someone came home, and I only stream when I'm alone. So, anyways, I should be going now. Yeah. All right. Goodbye, Wolf. Goodbye, Adine. Also, I do plan on this becoming a recurring series. Other than this, I mostly stream SnowRunner. So everything I stream might not necessarily be to your interest. So, sort of. It's just I both don't want to bother them, and it just feels weird. I just prefer doing it when people are not here, which thankfully that's a large part of the day, which is good. But yeah. I also swear quite a bit, and how do I explain this? I have a weird living situation where my dad lives with me, but I don't live in my parents' house. It's for work-related reasons, and I swear a lot, and my parents don't like swearing as well, so that's also a contributing factor. So yeah, I remember her.
That was the witness from Reza's first murder. Did you know her? A little. I see. A few minutes later, we arrived at the portal, standing proud as ever in defiance of the elements. How many years had the structure survived before it was found? I hope I can remember how this thing works. Are you joking? Yeah, sorry, I got it. Alright, I suppose it's time for us to say goodbye. Get him on the keyboard. Get who on the keyboard? Let's keep it professional. I don't like to mix personal. Your dad? Why? No, that would be weird. No. So, he's older, like much older. He's 60. He'll be turning 62 this year. Oh god. He'll be turning 62 this year. And he's also like religious and all of that. I don't think he would do that well. Yeah. I think that would be further worse. Let's keep it professional. I don't like to mix personal matters with work. He looked away, and I shrugged. Go ahead and turn it on then. Would you stand between the pillars, please? Of course. I took my place and stared towards the horizon, while I thought about what would happen now, in this world and others. Even if I made break for it, I'd become a fugitive, no better than Reza. It would be near impossible to investigate the case by myself, while on the run in a world I knew so little about. I am not sure. So, a lot of the time when I talk about video games with him, he like mentions Pac-Man or something. Because, you know, Pac-Man and, you know, how when he was younger he'd go to like a pizza place and there was like a little game there that he always sucked at. And dropping in quarters and no, I don't think he would. At the very least, I took comfort in the fact that I did everything I could to help, even if it turned out like this. Nevertheless, I dreaded going back empty-handed and returning to my old life in a ruined city. It's a secret. Like, he doesn't even know that I'm... he doesn't know that I'm a furry. He doesn't know that I'm not straight. He doesn't know a lot of things. I keep a lot of things on the down low with my parents. Any second now, the teleportation process would start, disintegrating my body before I would reappear on the other side, back in my dying world. Yeah, not very supportive. Like, I don't think they would hate it, but like, I don't think my parents would be like the worst if I let them know. But also, it's like something I'd rather they not know right now. Especially as currently I'm fairly reliant on them. As I go to college. So, back in my dying world. You ever plan on, like, maybe, if it ever becomes relevant, probably, but I don't see any current situations that would be, like, reason enough to tell them. Also, if I remember correctly, does this teleportation fail? Because I think it does. Like, I feel like it does. Because this... Not spoiling fair, but I remember... I don't know if I remember something or if it just feels like this is gonna fail. I wondered if there was any risk of getting lost somewhere between worlds. We didn't really know how the portals worked after all. Maybe I would be flung somewhere else in space-time, or it might affect my body in some way. I hadn't noticed any unusual changes in my body since I arrived in the Dragon's World, but I had no way of knowing if there was a potential long-term side effects. I still remember the images I saw when I teleported the first time, the vivid sights and patterns, people and situations I have recognized since then. It only took a moment to arrive at the other side of the portal, yet it felt like I had dreamed 1,000 dreams. And during the nights I spent here, these dreams had often reappeared. Any time now, I would undergo the same experience again. I was almost relieved that my adventure was over. Things had turned out far differently than I expected. I evaded danger, got swept into a murder investigation, and met incredible, intelligent beings from several different species. It had certainly been a time to remember. With that thought, I closed my eyes and braced myself for the moment that would come any second now. But that moment never came. The next thing that did happen was that I heard Sebastian's voice. It's not working. I knew it! Are you joking again? No, really, it's not working. Wait, what is this? Ah, fuck, you dick. It's broken. Can you fix it? I don't think so. This doesn't look as like a simple act of vandalism. It looks like some parts were tore out. Ah, fuck. Fuck. I guess that means I'm not leaving, huh? Not yet, at least. So I guess I sort of knew that this was coming, but I thought it would okay. So I thought it would play out a little different. Hold on, I'm sending someone a link that DM'd me. So I thought it would be because the other end was not responding. I didn't remember anything about sabotage. Well, what do we do now? Let's head back. The chief has to know something. Has to know about this right away. We were back at the ministry before long. Emma and Bryce were still outside as Remy approached the two of them. Here are the case files, Amara. I need to get a good voice for him. I've only seen him a few times this run through. But yeah. Why, thank you. Wolfen, an officer? What is this about Amara? That is what I would like to know. Please, officer, enlighten me. Why has my order not been carried out? The portal is broken. It's broken? Yeah, it looks like someone tampered with and stole parts. I couldn't even get the interface to turn on. We'll check it out. We'll check it out once I'm done here. I suppose Wolf will stay with us for a little longer after all. Seeing how this is an emergency situation, I'll make this short. Chief, as a result of your carelessness regarding Maverick and Reza, you are temporarily removed from any duties related to the humans. Given these dangerous times, you will instead serve as my personal escort until further notice. Considering the circumstances, you will be allowed to coordinate the investigation of the portal, but after that, you are to immediately return to me to start your new task. Understood? Understood. Well, I guess that we can't do any more drinking out. I guess. Then all of you are dismissed. She turned to leave, Remy trailing after. Alright, let's head to the portal. That includes you, Wolf. Of course. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a piece of paper on the ground. Hey, what's this? Amara probably dropped one of the case files. Either her or her assistant. You'd better bring that to her. Sebastian and I should hurry to the portal. Meet us there afterwards, okay? Sure. I picked up the sheet and started reading. It was about what had happened when I met Reza at the portal. Of course, it didn't say anything I didn't already know. As I walked up the stairs, I wondered if it was okay for an unauthorized person to enter the building. All I knew about the place was that Amara worked there. I did have an important document that was going to be missed, so I walked inside only to be greeted by an empty lobby. Luckily, there were some signs directing me to Amara's office. It didn't take long to find it, and I heard voices when I approached the door. By the way, what happened to the scroll you brought to me this morning? The last time I saw it, it did not have that tear. I dropped it. Tell me something new for once. Okay, someone else dropped it. Okay, fucking hell. Am I so supposed to believe that, Remy? Are you aware of how much this costs? Repairing and replacing artifacts is not cheap. I'm afraid we will have to deduct this from your wage again. Ah, you bitch. I see. You are not doing this on purpose, are you? Of course not. You have been working for me for a long time now. I expect you to learn at some point, but you are very resistant to do so. Not wanting to listen to this any longer, I decided to knock. There were a few seconds of silence. Please come in. I only opened the door long enough to hand Remy the sheet of paper. I think you dropped this outside. After I closed the door and started to walk away, I heard the voices resume. This is from one of the case files you requested. You must have dropped it. Then why was it left outside? As my assistant, you should have paid more attention. If this got into the wrong hands, someone could get in trouble. I think you should get the option to eavesdrop a little bit more. Drop more eaves. I made my way back to the portal and arrived shortly after Bryce and Sebastian. Well, I can confirm that it's not turning on. Oh, Bryce, you joker, you fucking Captain Obvious, Jesus Christ.
Not adorable, but welcome, Tracker. I am playing a game with dragons.
I told you that already. I just wanted to be sure. You really think it would still work with a chunk ripped out of it? Hey, I'm not an engineer. We don't know how the portal works. It's worth another try. Nonetheless, Tracker, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? They look cute. They... cute. I'm not cute. I reject these false accusations. Packington. So I wouldn't necessarily ask like where location-wise you're moving to, but like what type of place are you moving to and from? I'm kind of curious. Is it related to college? I assume. Hey, I'm not an engineer. We don't know how the portal works. It was worth another try. There you are, Wolf. Student apartment to studio apartment. Given how student apartments and studio apartments look in the US, that seems like a minor upgrade, sort of. Because usually studio apartments in the US are not looked on fondly. Like, usually quite shit. I imagine they're better where you live, though. Maybe the same with student apartments. What do you make of this? I'm afraid I don't know any more than you do. I'm not an engineer, either. Side grade, no more room. A bit less space. Yeah, fair. In that case, we should start thinking about the who and when. This is no more roommates, a bit less space. Well, I mean, because you aren't sharing that apartment with other people, it would be more space for you, right? Ah, this is nice stopping by.
Yeah, I assume that means you're leaving Dragon Lover. I hope to see you again, whether it's one of my future Scaly Wing streams or anything else. So, but yeah, Dragon Lover, I hope to see you again. I should be streaming this again on Thursday. Oh God, I'm gonna ask this at 10 minutes as well. I'm not. Just to clarify. Yeah, have a great day, Dragon Lover. Ow! Fuck! Christ! Shit! Fuck! 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 Ow! Ah, the cat bit me. God damn it. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. I need to go and grab a band-aid. Hold on. Ah, that little dick. No, yeah, so when he bites... So... I should clarify. So, he's playful, but, like, whenever he does playful whatever, whether it's with his paws or whether he's trying to playfully bite, he always goes too hard. He always has his claws out. He always bites hard, no matter the situation. God damn it. Fuck me. Ow. Like, you'll just be petting him and randomly he'll bite you. God damn it. Fuck me. Ah, Christ. God damn it. I need more band-aids too. I'm running out of like medium-sized band-aids. I think I have ran out of them. So I think this band-aid is a little bit small for this. Ah, fuck me. Fuck me. God damn it. Ow. Anyways, I am not adorable. I am not cute. The cat receives no attention for the rest of the day. Oh, god damn it. Ah, that dick. There are patrols assigned to the portal and surrounding area day and night. If someone tampered with the portal, they must have seen something. Today's day patrol didn't notice anything unusual, though. But it is true.
How dare I what? How dare I what? What did I do? I guess she just missed the part about the portal being vandalized. It'd be easy to overlook. It's a small part of the machine, and it's not like she was expected to check every square inch of it with each lever. No, don't give it attention, because he might bite me again. No, you bit me. You bit me. What makes you think I want to give you attention? I need more Band-Aid. Give it attention right now or leave. No! If he bites me again, then, like, I cannot stress enough. Like, he breaks skin and makes you bleed whenever he bites. Like, it's painful. Painful bites. Not playful light bites. It is very painful bites whenever he bites. Here's the thing though, it's not my cat, it's my brother's cat as well. He isn't in this room, he went and left. I do not care. What if I pet him the next time he comes into this room? Will that be sufficient for you? No? Why not? I'd like to get through more of this game, though. What about the night patrol, then? Deserve attention right now. Ah! Ow, fuck. I'm warning you. Alright. Then I'll return. I'll give him a quick pet, and then I'll be right back. A quick pet. He tried to bite me again. I was only able to get like a few small pets in before he tried to like swipe at my hand and bite me again. If you want, I can try and take a picture later and then I can DM it to you. How does that sound? He's playful. A Blackstone Walmart? What the hell? Hold on, someone sent me a text. Oh, god damn it. Okay. It is acceptable. Good. Ah, god. Fuck me. Fuck me. When I went over the reports this morning, I noticed the night patrol hadn't handed theirs in yet. And who was patrolling last night? Let me think for a minute. The schedule always goes in a certain order, so last night would have been... Ah, fuck, it was Maverick. What is it? The night patrol for last night would have been Maverick. I got wrapped up in all the recent chaos and forgot to find a replacement for him when he went on sick leave. Maybe Amara was right to take me off the case. So there was no night guard here at all? I'm looking at that. Hold on. That's a double negative. I don't agree with this double negative. That's right. Oh, God. That's right. Whoever it was had an easy time doing whatever they wanted. Is it that? Yeah, it's a negative. It's a double negative. Because, you're using the sign for not, and then you're multiplying Q by -1. So you're making negative Q, and then nodding it. Right? I am also adding band-aids to the fucking Walmart pickup because I need band-aids. God damn it. Ah, Christ. Could it have been Maverick? If he knew no one was going to be there, he could have used that knowledge to his advantage. He couldn't have known that I'd forget to find a replacement, though. I don't usually slip up like this. What about Reza? Why would he have done it? He'd be cutting off his only way out. No, he'd be doing something smart. If he has the part needed to get the portal working again, he's in control of who gets to use it. He's cutting off our ability to communicate with mankind. We wouldn't be able to inform them of Reza's actions. Chinese for dinner. That sounds good. I could use some fried rice, honestly. I'd like myself some fried rice. Maybe we shouldn't have kept the investigation secret for this long. If your theory is true, that would be proof that Reza's actions are his own, not humanity's. Hey, I already trust you on that. Fuck right. Do you not like rice? Balmy. What the hell is balmy? Oh, noodles. It looks like noodles. Some sort of noodle. Yeah. No, I like rice. I like rice. Or it's a stunt to grant humanity plausible deniability. No way. Things are too dire for the humans to take such an extraordinary risk, especially for that. I'm sure that wouldn't be the only reason they'd benefit, though. There must be something we're not aware of. I like rice, though. I like rice. Especially fried rice. Fried rice is good. Maybe we're looking at this from the wrong angle. If no one was here to guard the portal, anyone could have broken it. It doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with Reza or Maverick. But they still have the greatest motives. Sure, but they definitely aren't the only ones to have one. There could be private groups who are interested in the technology or its significance as a human artifact. So that puts us exactly nowhere. At least as far as speculation is concerned, it's about time for forensics to show up anyways. Let's hope they can pull some clues from all this. Sebastian, can you make it from here? You've been just as dedicated to the case as I have. Since I'll have to be at the minister's side for a while, I'd like you to take charge of the investigation for now. Thanks, Chief. I won't let you know.
What's up with that anyway? Being appointed as Amara's bodyguard as punishment just seems strange to me.
Are you kidding? I could have lost my job. This is a way better outcome. Honestly, she did it for her own sake more than anything else, but I'm not complaining. If that's all, I'm going to head back to the ministry. I shouldn't keep her waiting.
Also, Tracker, I should ask, do you have any comments, questions, concerns? Anything regarding this game or anything else? So what does that make you now, temporary chief?
More like case leader. By the way, you don't need to stick around while Forensic does their job. Thanks for your help.
What the hell is this game about? It's like it's a visual novel with like minor romance elements. What is the plot? So the plot is that you play as like a human who is acting as an ambassador from a human world to a world full of dragons. And you're supposed to try and acquire... How do I put it? That's kind of the basics of the plot. You are an ambassador from the human world to a dragon world that may or may not actually be Earth in disguise, or in the future, or whatever. And you came here with another person, but that other person is supposedly a serial killer and might have gone rogue. So,
I assume you can find your way back to your apartment.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, I'll see you later then.
See you.
I considered spending my free time roaming the town, but decided that it would be best to keep myself out of the spotlight.
Also, there's a decent bit of gore in this game. There's a lot of death, unfortunately, and it gets kind of dark at times.
After cooking myself a rudimentary meal, I considered picking up another book when the doorbell rang. Is it Sebastian? Yes, it's Sebastian.
I'm not good with gore. Yeah, that's fair. Like, vomit, not good. I can try and alert you when it's coming up so that you don't have to look at it. It's mostly like blood and like cut marks, slash marks type gore. It isn't like belly slit open type gore. It's comparatively light compared to some of the other things. Yeah, fair. I'll try and let you know.
Hey, Wolf. Hey, Sebastian, did you need my help again? We're just a small town police department, and with Bryce removed from the case, our resources are thinner than ever. I understand. So what do you have for me? First up is the primary witness in the latest murder, Damien, the victim's assistant. He was the one who found her body. A few things have changed since this morning, as we've gotten some additional information from forensics that warrants further questioning. I know you knew the victim personally, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'll leave the choice to you. You can find her assistant at the production facility. You seemed interested in that underground building found near the portal. I realized you might actually be able to help us with that, since it's suspected to be of human origin. Your opinion would be greatly appreciated. I guess I should add archaeologist to my resume. Maybe human matters consultant would be more appropriate. Do you really think it's okay for me to tamper with your priceless discoveries? Oh, you wouldn't actually go there in person. I just want you to take a look at the collected information in the archives and give us your opinion. I think the antibiotics that I put on the wound is interfering with
band-aid that I put on. So that's a little annoying. Besides, no one is allowed to visit at the moment. The building is old and unstable, and there is a danger of it collapsing or flooding. Obviously, we don't want either of those to happen. Flooding? Yes, the whole building is underground, and we've determined that there is a rather large pocket of water surrounding it. Any kind of disturbance could injure everything and everyone inside. I see. We also located another witness for the latest murder. A store clerk reported seeing and hearing something, so it's probably worth it to ask him a few questions. Got it. Here are all the details. Meet me at the department once you're done. Sure thing. It was interesting that they still relied on me for their investigations, even after they tried to send me back to my world. I didn't expect them to allow me to help with police matters after everything that had happened. Now that the possibility of sending me back was eliminated, the advantages of having me on their side apparently outweighed the risks. Though I had to wonder who would have to be more careful from now on. What should I do? Visit the store. I somewhat suspect him. This guy looks like another guy in the game, and I gave them both stoner voices. If you've mixed up the prescriptions again, then I can't help you. I can't refill this one. We're just about to close, so you'll have to bring the right one tomorrow. Smoke me a spliff. Hello, Wolf. How can I help you? Actually, I'm just about to close up here, so please make it quick. I'm here on behalf of the police. I was hoping that you could answer a few questions. I see. Well, as long as you make it quick, I have to leave for my other job soon. Burrow, what are you still doing here? I already told you you had to come back tomorrow. Here, have a lolly on the house. I guess she doesn't want it. What's the deal with her? Oh wait, that's the wrong fucking voice. Oh god damn it. I'm not sure what's up with her lately. This isn't the first time this has happened. One time the doctor forgets to issue a new prescription. Another time she brings me an expired one instead of the new one. She isn't exactly the brightest, but this is unusual even for her. So, what did you want to know? Stay. As I said, this is an ongoing police investigation. You reported seeing something yesterday evening, and any information you have could help. Can you tell me exactly what happened? Of course. This was after I came back from my second job, so around 2 or 3 in the morning. It was dark and I couldn't make out much, but the police requested that anything unusual be reported. And what did you see? There was a human-like figure walking away from the production facility. Seemed to be in a hurry, too. Are you sure this was a human? Unmistakably so. I couldn't make out any details, though. Honestly, if you were the figure, I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. And what did you do when you saw it? Nothing. I was on my way home, and it was a little unusual, but I wouldn't have bothered to mention it under normal circumstances. I only did because of the police request for witnesses. Did you know what direction the person went? 1 second. It will be easier to draw a sketch for you. That would be great, thanks. He grabbed a piece of paper and drew on it with a thick felt-tip pen. Here. This is the east entry of the facility, and this is where they went. So away from the main district? I guess so. Okay, that will be all. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Before deciding my next move, I returned to my apartment for a moment of rest. A small piece of paper had been slipped under my door while I was gone. Don't go to the portal, was all it said. I considered the possibility of a hidden message, but that was unlikely. The statement was blunt and quickly scrawled. Someone clearly didn't want me to go to the portal. And why would I go there in the first place? As it was out of order right now. Such an action would serve no purpose. I looked outside the window, at the portal's faint silhouette in the distance. The paper rustled between my fingers as I fidgeted with it, wondering about the message's sender and significance. My train of thought was violently interrupted by a sharp burst of gunfire echoing from the portal. I had to think fast. The gunshots ensured Rez's involvement. He was at the portal. The question was, why? If this was his attempt to flee back to the human world, he would receive a rather unpleasant surprise the moment he would try to use the portal. Or maybe Sebastian's theory was correct, and Reza held the part needed to repair the portal, in which case his escape would be imminent. The gunshots themselves were another question. Was someone trying to stop him? The police patrol may have seen him, and he may have been taken by surprise. This could be another murder in progress. But all of the murders were committed with a sharp weapon before now, not a gun. He didn't want to be hurt. Besides, it was only early evening, and the town was still bustling. If Reza wanted to stay hidden, he was doing a rather poor job at it. Of course, there was also the possibility that he wanted to be heard. But who would he want to attract? The police? Maverick? It could easily be a trap for those hunting him. And that technically included me, though I wasn't sure if he knew of my involvement in the investigation. It was also a very real possibility that he knew my apartment was close enough to the portal to hear a gunshot. Could it be a signal for me? Regardless, the words I held in my hands were unmistakable. Don't go to the portal. What should I do? Stay inside and call the police. I am not going to go to the portal. Ultimately, I trusted the mysterious message. Remy's list of phone numbers, given to me when he brought me to this apartment in the first place, proved to be a valuable tool. I dialed the emergency line and was greeted by a calm voice asking me about my emergency. The gravity of the situation was understood, and I was advised to stay inside until further notice. A team was dispatched to deal with the situation while I waited. From my window, I tried to catch a glimpse of what was going on at the portal, but I couldn't see much. The dark of night was fast approaching. About an hour later, I was informed the team had searched the perimeter, though no trace of Reza was found. I was given the go-ahead to continue with my investigation, but I was free to stay where I was if I felt unsure. Visit the production facility. I want to meet Damien.
Hey, Wolf.
Lorem, what are you doing here?
I'm just fetching some equipment for my roommate. He's in the middle of an experiment, and he really needs this stuff. He sounded very emotional, which is very unusual for him.
Sounds like it's serious.
And you're here for important human business, I bet?
Sure.
By the way, how about I invite you to our place sometime? There's another thing you could help me with.
What is it?
I'd like to make some pictures of you.
Okay.
I want to use them as references for humans in my game.
I see. Well, I can't promise anything right now, but I'll keep it in mind.
Great, thanks. I should really get going before my roommate blows up the apartment.
Sure, take care.
You too.
This should be the right place. FBI, open up!
Oh, it's you again. What do you want?
Can I ask you a few questions? I forgot the voice I gave this guy.
What about
Anna's murder? And who are you going around? And who are you to go around asking questions like that? I'm not working with the police on that. I'm working with the police on this matter, excuse me. And I'm supposed to believe that? For all I know, you could be the murderer and are just here to find out if I know something that could implicate you. Well, according to my information, you didn't particularly like the victim. Not only were you the last person to see her alive, but you were also the one who found her. As you may imagine, this warrants some questions.
Oh, it scared you half to death? Oh god. Was it the FBI open up thing?
You know what? I don't have to listen to this. I don't know who you think you are, barging into my workplace and barking questions. But if you really are with the police, let them know I won't say one more word on the matter without a lawyer.
Yes.
I wonder if Damien was a suspicious person in general, or if the rumors surrounding Reza were affecting his perception of me. Before this, everyone I had talked to during the investigations had been rather cooperative. Can I not Press the matter? Ah, god damn it. Do I have everything? Alright, let's see what Sebastian will say to this. God damn it. There you are, Wolf. It seems you've taken a liking to Bryce's chair. Maybe. I could get used to this. Don't tell Bryce, though. By the way, good job calling the police when you heard Reza. It's too bad he got away again, but maybe a witness will come forward and we'll find out what happened. Now, let's take a look at what you've got for me. The statement from the store cloaker is interesting. We've had a few reports of Reza since he went into the building, so this is very helpful. It's another confirmation of his involvement in this whole matter. Not bad, Wolf. Not bad at all. Thank you for your help. I do what I can. I know, and your help is greatly appreciated, believe me, especially since we're so short on staff right now. That will be all for today. I'll contact you if we need anything. Of course. See you next time. See you. I wish I got the option to look in those archives. Finally, a free day. What should I do? I'm gonna meet with Lorem, cause his friend. I want to talk to his friend.
There you are. Come in.
Sure.
Honestly, I can't believe he agreed to do this again.
Don't mention it.
Now that I've had the chance to work through everything from last time, we can do some real work.
Sounds great.
I did a staggering amount of research on mythical humans. Here, let me show you some of the stuff I found.
Sure. We sat down at the coffee table. Lorem opened up a laptop and started to type away. Seeing the laptop brought back memories in our world. They had become obsolete a long time ago.
Before I show you these images, I should probably tell you that some of them are really weird. Just don't take them the wrong way.
You already told me about the four-headed human, so I think I can handle this.
All right.
That certainly is a weird-looking human. He looks attractive. Doesn't look very human to me.
This one is supposed to be one of our ancestors.
Ancestors? It does remind me of some of the dragons I've seen here, but I'm not sure what what humans have to do with this.
You remember the myth about our creator turning into a dragon, right?
Yes.
Now, here's an interesting question. What species did human turn into? Did that human turn into? There are a number of dragon species nowadays.
Hello, cat. Tracker, the cat has returned. He's now on my lap. Don't bite the fucking cords.
There are a number of dragon species nowadays that are genetically compatible with each other. Did the human choose one of them? Did they perhaps procreate? A shared ancestor is one option. This would mean that the different species split after the human's involvement in our creation.
Yes, cat. Yeah? Tracker, are you even there? I think they might have continued packing.
If human DNA was involved in some way, this might explain how our different species came to be. Take a far ancestor of ours and apply various amounts of human DNA. The result would be a number of different species, each with a different amount of resemblance to humans.
Interesting.
Now, it has been said that an upright stance and being able to walk on two legs is a more human trait.
Most humans walk on two legs, so that's true, yeah.
In any case, it's one of the things that makes humans unique. As a result, some people believe that certain species share more traits with humans than others. They think it makes them more noble or something. Luckily, this doesn't happen often.
Is that dragon racists? I think that's dragon racists. You can walk on two legs as well, right?
Sure. In this theory of shared human DNA, this puts me somewhere in the middle, since I still have wings and horns.
I can see that.
Here, look at this one.
I mean, that looks closer. That's more human-like. I wouldn't want to live in the same town as this fellow. What's with the little horns?
Since we don't know what the original human looked like, we can't exactly define which traits separate us from them. As a result, our interpretations of humans can vary wildly. I'm not sure he's a particularly friendly one, though. Actually, I think this is supposed to be a human female.
Oh god. Interesting.
There are some that don't think humans are friendly enough at all.
Really? So far I've only heard positive things about us.
Some interpretations of our myths don't exactly paint you in the best light. There are also people who oppose the idea of human worship and what their involvement has meant for us.
In what way?
They say the human interference was unnatural and that we need to get back to our roots.
And how do you think they can do that?
Apparently, it means refusing to use modern technology and living in caves or the wilderness again.
So, anarcho-primitivists. Like an animal. Oh my god, stop. Don't bite the cords. Don't bite the cords. Don't bite the cords. It's a shit.
Little half a brain cell.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Most of us think those people are crazy, though.
I see.
They're harmless, really.
Oh my god. Ah, it's bumping up against the mic. Move. You're blocking the screen. You're blocking the screen. You're blocking the screen. Off. Come on. There we go.
They're harmless, really.
Cat.
You probably won't see one of them around here, anyway. This is an interesting style, though. Do you know how these pictures were made?
Oh, wait. This is an interesting style, though. Do you know how these pictures were made? That was the wrong voice.
No, I'm sure that information was provided when I looked them up in the library, but I didn't copy all of that.
And you're using these as references?
I make do with what I can get. Maybe now you can see why I wanted your help, though.
Alright. What do you need me to do?
I just want to make some quick sketches. You can stand over there by the wall.
Okay, I can certainly do that. I walked up to the spot he indicated. When I took my place, I saw that he had laid out a number of pens, paper, and other art supplies on the table. Oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it?
I'll try to be quick about it.
Do you want me to strike a pose or something?
A T-pose should be good to get started.
Oh, goddamn. What's that?
Just point your arms sideways so you look like a giant T.
Raising my arms to the sides, I wondered how long this would take.
Great! Now try to stay as still as possible.
I'll try. As I wasn't allowed to move my head, I stared at Lorm sketching my figure. This went on for a few minutes, until I suddenly heard the sound of a door open. Oh, he looks like a Chinese, an Eastern-style dragon. I need to send the screenshot to someone. You. Message. Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Hey, Lauren. How do I voice this guy? How do I voice this guy? What voice do I give him? Oh, right. The human was coming to visit today. I totally forgot about that. You don't mind if I take a seat, right?
You just want to study Wolf.
Like you aren't doing that right now. Besides, this room is mine as much as it is yours. I'll just watch and be quiet.
I thought you had experiments to run.
And they are running. I'd rather not be confined to my tiny room for the next 2 hours, staring at the ceiling and waiting for them to finish.
But no experiments on Wolf.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Yes, I'll just sit here and maybe take a few notes.
I'm sorry, Wolf. This is my roommate and longtime best friend, Ipsum.
Nice to meet you, Ipsum.
His scientific bluntness may be off-putting, so please bear with him.
Speak for yourself. So much for those two being best friends. Lorem returned to his drawing, the silence only being interrupted by the strokes of his pen. By the way, have you seen my Ixamin sphere recently?
Didn't you take it with you when we went to the park the other day?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's the last time I saw it.
I must have lost it then. I already searched the whole apartment.
Did you go into my room?
No.
Maybe someone found it.
I had it registered in my name when I got it, so if anyone found it, it should show up sooner or later. What's an Ixamin sphere, anyway?
It's just a glorified toy for grown-ups, really.
You have no idea what you're talking about. An Ixamin sphere is a very sophisticated tool with a countless number of uses. Like what? It can levitate and follow you around, take photos, and can even use it as a calculator.
Making it a glorified toy for grown-ups.
I use it for my experiments. Well, if they can take photos, I wouldn't need to stand around like this, that is, if we had it here now. It's a great companion for all situations in life.
It's much easier to draw from a live model than from a photo, though.
These are for you, maybe. I hope this doesn't take much longer, because my arms went numb a while ago.
Yeah, I think you can relax for now. I'm nearly done with this one.
Tingling sensation went up my arms as I relaxed. Slowly, I began to regain feeling of them.
Alright, now turn around.
I thought you were done. You were done already.
Not unless we want our humans to lack a backside.
So so that's what this is all about.
You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. This isn't my turn to draw you now.
That's not how this works. I wouldn't mind getting a portrait of myself. I can...
Oh wait, fuck, wrong one. No. I wouldn't mind getting a portrait of myself. I can already see it, the light shining from above, caressing my luscious mane. This is quite nice, highlighting each lock as they interplay.
This is going to be a long day.
That depends on how fast you are. As I was now facing the wall, I couldn't see what Lorem and Ipsum were doing. After a few seconds of silence, I heard some whispering coming from the couch. What are you talking about? I didn't want to be rude, but I was curious about your vestments.
You said, and I quote, "This would be more interesting if it weren't for those clothes Wolf is wearing."
Oh god. Really? I'm just saying, it would be hard to study an insect if there was a piece of cloth draped over it. Wearing that much just seems odd to me.
If humans wear clothes like this, it's only appropriate to depict them as such.
My scientific curiosity shall remain unsatisfied.
Because Wolf is not here to do that.
We actually have a pretty big variety of vestments. I could tell you about it.
Sounds good, but not right now. I have to finish this up first.
Alright.
So Ipsum.
I've heard a lot about experiments in science now. But what do you actually do? I work in the facility as a biologist with a minor in physics.
In addition to the office, I also have my own setup here at home. I assure you, it's properly isolated from the rest of our apartment. It even has a fume hood to prevent accidents. But I only use it for the smallest of experiments, usually things unrelated to my job. Sounds interesting.
Don't get him started, or we won't hear the end of it.
Maybe you would like to talk about your hobby instead, Lauren. Isn't this already a hobby?
I guess you could say so.
I was talking about his other hobby, though.
Oh, that. I don't know, it's a little embarrassing to be honest.
There's no need to be embarrassed about your hobbies. He likes flowers. Once he even made a crown out of daisies. Cutest thing.
Don't listen to him. As usually, he only tells half the story.
What's the other half of the story, then?
I have an extensive love for botany.
The fern he keeps in his room must be the happiest plant alive.
I find gardening to be very relaxing, especially when the birds are singing in the morning. It's so nice to go out with a nice cup of tea and work in the garden of our apartment building. Which reminds me, Ipsum here has quite an extensive tea collection. Although I'm not sure if he prefers to hoard tea or gadgets. It's a mystery.
I heard there was going to be a model of the Ixamen sphere that can actually make tea. That's going to be a must-buy.
Can it also make cups, or are you supposed to sip it out of the spear itself?
Don't be silly. You two sound just like an old couple.
Couple us?
Not really.
We've known each other for a long time, though, if that counts.
I think it does. By the way, Ipsum, you're not from here, right? What is that supposed to mean? Well, you look nothing like any other dragon I've seen here so far. I suppose that's true of Lorem as well. You're both pretty small. But you, Ipsum, you also have hair. That's certainly new. It's not as unusual as you might think, but you're right. There aren't many of us in these parts. I imagine being smaller than the rest of the population would come with its own challenges.
It's not that big of a deal. If something is unreachable for me, I can fly.
There are also step stools. This apartment was actually intended to house one dragon of a bigger size. That not only makes it fairly cheap, but it's also big enough for both of us. There's one thing I've been wondering. How do you even sit in one of those chairs? Wouldn't the backrest cause problems with your tails?
I see what you mean. For me, it's never been a problem, because most chairs are bigger than I am.
It's just a question of getting into the right position. However, this might be different from those of us who mostly walk on four legs, but they usually don't use chairs like this after all.
I've seen a few try, though.
I suppose they want to imitate humans in this way. Even if they can't stand or walk like a human, they can try to sit like one.
With varying results. Some I've seen looked really funny, trying to fit into chairs they are too big for, or sitting in odd ways that clearly don't work with their anatomy.
I see. Lorem, you asked me about breath weapons last time. But I don't think you ever told me if you had one. Probably because it isn't worth mentioning.
It may only be a very small flame, but it can get very hot.
I imagine it's a blue flame. What about you, Ipsum?
Yes, Ipsum. What about you?
My breath weapon is elocution. Elocution. Since words are more powerful than anything else. Oh, like speaking, I assume. Same as mine, then.
Alright, I'm done with this one. You can turn around.
Really? But staring at the wall was so much fun.
Let's make one more. Maybe something more dynamic. Maybe something dynamic.
How dynamic are we talking about?
Something that isn't static like the reference models I just did. You can strike a pose, something that's just you.
Alright. What kind of pose should I go for? Swimwear pose. A swimwear pose! Oh my god! A normal pose. Alright, what about this?
Works for me.
By the way, did you get the groceries when you came home from work?
Yes, just the usual.
Are you too sure you're not in a relationship? I certainly am.
Actually, Ipsum is deeply in love with his home laboratory.
Oh, really? I'm not even going to deny that. When I was not working on something at the office, I do so here. What are you currently working on? I've been looking into the physics of teleportation. You're talking about the portal, right? Well, I don't have permission to even approach the portal, so I have to resort to a theoretical discussion on its mechanics and make do with what I can pull off in my home laboratory. Maybe I could tell you a few things. That won't be necessary. I already have read all the available test reports. Okay. Are you aware that using the portal could be incredibly dangerous? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Then you don't have a complete understanding of what the portal actually does and what it means for our world at large. In order for a portal to function, a natural wormhole is required. It is trapped and becomes the portal's entry. The portal manipulates the wormhole's exit. This way, something can be sent to whichever destination is chosen. Now, there's a theory about the purpose of the natural wormholes in the universe. It states that they act as the support pillars of the space-time continuum. How so? Ah, fuck. I dropped my phone. Hold on, making a response. How should I explain this?
I think the video game analogy worked pretty well.
Sure, in a video game, what happens when you meet the edge of the map?
You hit a wall. That happens in some games, but in others...
You reappear on the opposite side. This isn't as relevant. I don't think, like, this doesn't happen as much. The only immediate example that I can think of that is Pac-Man. Right. How does this happen? If a world was a perfect sphere, someone could just keep flying it in the same direction, and eventually they would end up at their starting point again. Sure. This is just a result of physics. In the abstraction of a video game, however, it doesn't work like that. They don't try to replicate a spherical world, but use a 2D plane instead. This is getting confusing. Imagine a piece of paper with a world map printed on it, right? Well, it shows the entirety of the world. It's still just a simple, flat piece of paper, rather than a sphere, right? Sure. Let us assume that in a game, our world map looks like this. Now what happens when we approach the edge and walk over it? What happens when you approach the edge and walk over it is that we are teleported to the other side. Okay. This doesn't actually make the game world a sphere, but rather a torus. A torus. Oh, a torus. A donut. A donut. That's a torus.
You know, like a donut.
Exactly. You get me, Lorem. If that's the comparison you want to make. Okay. Now, things are going to get really complicated. Are you familiar with the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics? Indeed, let's say I'm not. Oh, God damn it. It assumes that every single time a choice is made by any actor that possesses free will, the universe splits off into different branches. It means that for every choice you have made, there exists a branch of the universe where you made a different decision. I see. Now we can't communicate with these other branches in any way. You don't know what could happen if you made a different decision just this morning. make an educated guess, but the only person who truly knows that what would happen is that alternate you who has made that decision and is living its consequences. That is, unless we could communicate with those other branches. However, there is a barrier that prevents us from doing that. This barrier is made up of wormholes. How does it work? It's very similar to the Taurus world model that is used in games. As we approach the edge of our own world, the barrier causes us to end up on the other side instead. Does this mean we get teleported to the other side, like in video games? Not necessarily. It would be just as correct to assume that our universe is shaped like Taurus. So which is it, then? Do we get teleported or not? That depends on how you look at the wormhole's function. Imagine the sheet of paper is the entirety of our world. He took a sheet of paper from the orange stack and showed it to me, marking a spot near the edge with a pen. And this is where you live. Unfortunately, your workplace is here on the other side. He drew an X close to the right edge of the paper. If the world was flat, this would be very unfortunate. However, if the world was a torus, the left and right edges would be connected. You could take the shorter route to work by going over the edge. Now, let's say this is only possible because of wormholes. Connect these two edges together. Oh god. I am going to get a quick save. No, I want to overwrite this one. If you happen to be right at the very edge and look beyond, everything would look perfectly fine for you. Given that these wormholes stay in their place, you would never know that the world is actually flat and that you can only travel to the other side because the wormholes connect the edges. God damn it, this is a lot of talking. You would think that the world is a torus, right? However, if that wormhole doesn't actually bring you to the other side by teleporting, but instead just bend the paper into the torus shape and hold the edges together, if these wormholes failed or were displaced, the paper would unfold, throwing the world into disarray. That's what the wormholes and the barrier actually do. They are what hold everything together. So they're really more like glue. If it wasn't for them, the overall construct would collapse on itself. What construct? The entirety of space-time. Now, if these theories are true, that would mean using a portal damages the barrier each time the portal is activated. The wormhole used for the teleportation is displaced, leaving a small gap where it used to be. Do this too often, and the overall system will destabilize eventually. Alright.
Maybe you shouldn't talk about your theories about how the world is going to end.
Nothing is going to happen because the portal was used a few times. I just hope humanity is aware of its implications. Maybe we can collaborate. I certainly hope so. Your researchers seem to know what they're doing. I just wish I could be a part of it. With everything that's going on, the future looks incredibly exciting. What do you think is going to happen, Nixon? Oh, goddamn.
Now you'll get him started.
Don't say I didn't warn you. I already got him started. Goddamn. The knowledge contained within your PDAs could propel innovation forward by unseen limits.
Meaning a lot more experiments for you to do.
Which would be terribly exciting.
Personally, I'm more interested in the social implications.
What do you mean?
I don't expect there to just be back and forth of ambassadors forever.
Are you talking about colonies?
Oh, I bet Lorem
would jump at the opportunity to live in the human world. I'm not sure if that would be a good idea. Why not?
Obviously, such an endeavor would need a lot of preparation. We would need to learn about their culture and adjust appropriately. I expect we'd send an ambassador over there long before that will happen, though. We hardly know anything about their world.
Everything's still up in the air as far as diplomatic relations go. We have no idea what the situations could be like in just a week.
Yes, and it's all so incredibly exciting.
Don't get too excited, though. or else you're going to ruin your drawing.
I'm almost done eating. Here, what do you think?
Lorem leaned over, holding the pepper to him. Ah, God. Epsom looked at the paper closely, his gaze shifting back and forth between me and the paper several times. After a few seconds, he seemed to be finished with his evaluation. As a scientist, my professional opinion is that this part looks a little long. He pointed his sharp claw at the part of the paper Lorem was holding.
Are you sure? Let me see.
If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have said it.
I think you're right.
That I am. Lorem reached for his eraser, purging a few lines from the paper before he switched to his pen again.
And it's done.
See, what would you ever do without me?
I don't think I'd hear as many explosions in the middle of the night.
You were happy about it when you forgot to set your alarm that one time.
Oh.
Suddenly, the sound of an alarm resounded through the room. Oh, God. I'm a little bit hungry. Oh, my experiment is done.
And there he goes. Charming fellow, isn't he?
He sounds... I can't stand it. He sounds funny.
He certainly keeps things interesting around here, and he's a good art critic.
I can imagine.
Anyway, looks like we're done here.
I need to quickly check something. Very good. Okay. It feels good being able to do it again.
Would you like to stay for dinner? It'd be the least I can do to compensate for your lost afternoon.
Let me see. What time is it? It's getting late. I probably shouldn't stay out this long. Looks like I'll have to decline for now.
Ah, damn it. I see. Well, I gotta do something for you at least.
Don't worry about it. Maybe so.
If you say so. Thanks for doing this. At any rate, it's been a huge help.
Yeah. I know. Don't worry about it. Really.
Alright.
I should really get going now.
Sure, take care.
Looks like I have some free time. Meet with Lorem again. I already met with Lorem. I don't think I can do him twice. So I'll try Bryce.
Hey, Wolf. Good to see you.
Your face, oh my god. Thanks for the... he invited me?
No need to be so formal. Sure, I'm the chief, but here I'm just Bryce.
Wait a minute, something seems different here.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's it. We're both sober. Yeah, no shit.
I thought we weren't going to mention that. Right. Don't mind the chaos. It's just a temporary arrangement.
He led me inside and motioned to the couch. When I took a seat and looked around, I realized that his apartment was obviously designed with only a single person in mind.
Some days, all you can do is be glad they're over.
Long day at work?
You know how it is at the police department, especially with everything going on.
This is a bad time for me to miss. But he should be, escorting Amara, is the thing, though. So... Huh.
Heck no. I could use some good company right now. So what do you usually do for fun in your world?
Read. I'll put read.
A little book lover, aren't you? Can't say I am.
How about you?
Different things. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it is.
It's not very specific.
Alright, I'll show you something, but promise not to laugh, okay?
I'm gonna end pretty soon, like maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
Alright. just show me. We're both adults here.
I sure hope so. He went to a shelf on the far side of the room and picked up a long object, carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table before me and gently set it down. It was a wooden model ship. From first appearances, I guessed it was a child's first attempt at assembly model. While the shape was recognizable, there were odd pieces jutting out or not fitting together properly. In some places, gobs of dried glue remained from excessive use.
Who's the Parkinson's afflicted aunt who did this? What's this?
Well, you asked about my hobbies. I guess this is the latest one. Even though I try, I don't always make the best decisions. I know I'm not the most patient person. But in my line of work, you never know what they're gonna throw at you next. So you always have to be prepared. You can't have any exploitable weaknesses. And of course, I want to be fit for duty. As the chief, people look up to me, so I have to be my best at all times. And how does making model ships help with that? I'm a little confused. We can both tell the model's not very good. I don't really have the patience or the dexterity for it. But I tried my hand to get at this to get better. Sure, it took me way longer than it should have, and my claws were covered in glue for a week afterwards. But, you know, these models aren't even intended for us. They're made for runners, like Sebastian, who have the proper hands to do that stuff. I know this ship isn't much, but it's something. And maybe, if I keep trying, I'll get better. Wait a minute, you have ships? Not in this town, but yeah, we have ships alright. Why does that surprise you? I just find it interesting, because where I come from, we also have vehicles for land and air travel. Well, some of us can fly, and some of us can run well, but none of us can swim beyond the seas. Have different continents? Not that I know of. You'd probably have to ask someone who knows more about our world than I do. How can you not know something about something like that? Well, we do get the occasional explorer who ventures into our uncharted seas, but I really don't keep track of that kind of thing. Would you want to visit if they ever found one? I can't say that I don't find the thought exciting. But in the end, I've got my people here, and they need their chief. Maybe you could take a vacation and see what's out there. Ha! Even if I ever have time for that, maybe. Can you swim? Not particularly well. You may have noticed I'm not exactly streamlined. You're the pinnacle of masculinity. Glad you think so. These muscles are the result of years of hard work. Alright, put your hand on my forearm. Don't you technically have 4 legs? I guess, but it's easier to say forearm than specifying the upper part of my foreleg. Besides, using the word leg might get misinterpreted. That might make you think of my thigh, and that would be something else entirely. Oh my. Not that I'd mind grabbing your thigh. Is that so? Yeah, let's flirt with him. Anna's dead. Let's flirt with him. Well, let's just keep it on the arm for now. I place my hand on the upper part of his foreleg, somewhat surprised at the warmth radiating from his scales. I hope you're ready, because here I go. His forearm shifted, the shape of his muscles changing as they became more defined. In a moment, they were firm and bulging, his scales flaring under the stress and looking as though they might pop off at any moment. It reminded me of a flexing bodybuilder in a skin-tight lycra suit. I've gotten 5 hours. I'm good. I will... Bryce 2. There we go.
gonna save there. And quit to main menu. I think that's enough for me today for now. But I should be streaming tomorrow evening. Or afternoon, rather. Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, let's see who I want to raid, though. There's one person. They're playing Victoria 3 right now. Yeah, let's do this one. Actually, I don't think I'll raid today. I don't think there's anyone that I could raid today. Yeah, about it. I think I'm probably just gonna end it here. Anyways, thank you, A True Dragon Lover, for the follow. Excuse me. I am now 1 follower away from opening up the Discord server. So, yeah. I'm just gonna end it now. So, once again, thank you, A True Dragon Lover, for the follow. And also thank you, Tracker, for stopping by. I think those were the only 2 we interacted with today. But, yeah. I hope to see you guys, anyone tomorrow. And, yeah, have a good rest of your day.